Jared Childers says, I'm back like a vertebrae. Okay, welcome back. We're live. Let me just double check the audio here. Why is it bouncing around like that? I don't get it. It seems like it's in my video capture device. Jared Childers says, I'm back like a vertebrae. Okay, welcome back. That's pretty funny, Jared. Well, let me see. HD camera. All right, that's my HD. There's the webcam. Let me just switch cameras and then go back to the other one. That's my laptop camera. That's my regular camera. Well, let me see. HD camera. All right, that's my... Well, at least the audio is good. It's jerking around still, isn't it? I don't know why. I don't know why it's doing that. It doesn't do that when I record on OBS. Nothing irks me more than technical issues that I cannot resolve. So the last video, yeah, but does the audio glitch? It really bothers me that this is glitching. Let me try one more thing here. Let me try one more thing. I'm going to unplug this. I don't know how this is going to have anything to do with it, but I plugged it into a port that has some extra power. Maybe that's what there's me that this is glitching. Maybe your camera is fine and you are the one glitching the matrix. At least the audio is fine. Hold on, let me see if this works. Thing to do with it, but I plugged it into a port that has... Wow, I don't know what the latency is. Your stream's current bit rate is 1889.45 kilobits per second, is lower than the recommended bit rate. We recommend that you use a bit rate of 2500. That's what I'm using. I've not changed my bit rate. And the whole time we're going over this, I'm going to be, let's see what happens when I do this right here. Amazing. It's worth waiting for. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to resolve this issue. This just started last night. Just try not to move and no one will notice as we go. That's still not fixing the problem. Still not fixing the problem. Doggone it. Amazing. What is it? What is it? Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. I shut the entire computer down. I brought it back up. I got a fast internet connection. Oh man, audio was okay, but the video is not lining up with it. Is a turn off. Yeah, I know. Thing has changed. What the flippenstein is wrong with this thing? Window capture device, video capture device. It's configured. Wow. Sorry, guys. I don't know what the deal is. It's working now. It's configured. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm just going to go with this. Anyway, you know, a lot of people say, hey, don't give this guy any airtime. But I figure, you know, everybody gets their 15 seconds of fame in this world. So why not just go ahead and shine the light of justice on this person who's almost decidedly decided to be unjust. So we went over this Big West Frauditor Watch. And yesterday when we left, and I said this in the last live stream, he only had about 270, 300 comments. Now he's got 1,300 comments. We're going to take a look at some of your comments that you posted last night. I'm going to sort by newest first so we can take a look at that. Somebody just posted a minute ago. So he's getting a lot of traffic. This had about 2.3 thousand views yesterday. Now it's got 4.45 thousand views. And yeah, we're bringing him more views, but I want you to look at this. This is his social blade. So in the last 2 days since we've been talking about Wes, he's got 9,000. I'm not saying this is all attributed to us, but it's kind of interesting that he got his highest view count today after we talked about him yesterday. And this is going to be his 15 minutes of fame, but it's not going to be a good 15 minutes of fame because he's shown himself to be decidedly bankrupt in character, because you're going to go after Jeff Gray from Civil Rights Investigations, Honor Your Oath Civil Rights Investigations, and lay a claim on him that is absolutely, provably, objectively not true. And so while it's, speaking the truth is one half of the equation, exposing the lies, in my opinion, is the other half. There's this scripture, and I'm not a religious person by any means, but I try to hold fast to truth wherever I find it. I think it's Ephesians 5:11. Have nothing to do with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather expose them. So he's got 9.1 plus 11.4 is about 20.5 thousand views, which is about 35 to 37% of his total 56,000 view count. And I guess because of us, he has 120 subscribers that latched onto him. And that's another bad thing about this world, is that there's going to be a lot of brain dead sheep herders who are not hurting. Well, he's hurting them too, but will be hurting or responsible for a whole bunch of brain dead sheep who will just follow them regardless, without any critical thinking. They will completely abandon critical thinking. And that's why, they're called lemmings, which incidentally, lemming comes from White Wilderness from Disney. I don't know if you know this, but lemmings are not animals who commit mass suicide. A whole group of lemmings, a herd of lemmings, don't see 2 or 3 lemmings rushing off the cliff and then decide to jump. Disney, perverted Disney, and the producers of White Wilderness back in the 1950s had this little like Lazy Susan carousel thing that they would spin the lemmings off of out of frame, and it would look like they were diving off, and then they were just throwing the rest of them over the cliff. So the idea is, if you see one of your friends jump off the bridge, are you going to do it? Well, the people following Wes and people like Wes are those proverbial lemmings that will jump off the bridge if they see Wes jump off the bridge. They will call Jeff Gray a frauditor if they see Wes call Jeff Gray a frauditor. So Ian right here, and by the way, I'll try to be keeping up with some of the chat. Thanks, Brooklyn Audit, for being here. Swamp Liver, I read one of your comments that you had under here too. Thanks for that super chat, 4chan Prez. One of his first videos is attacking Josh on the town hall video you already covered. Josh who? Which Josh are we talking about? ENT right here says, imagine doing zero effort to research your frauditors, and look at the amount of likes this guy has under Big Wes's video. Jeff has never asked for money when he's showing off his sign. The journalistic dishonesty is disgusting. And it truly is. And let me correct myself, because I did say this yesterday in one of my videos that Jeff Gray never asked for money. Actually, somebody corrected me on that. I do remember seeing this video. They made a big deal about him panhandling, and they arrested him. And then when they let him go to realize, hey, he hasn't really committed a crime worth arresting him for, he decided, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and push the envelope. I'm going to go ahead and panhandle. You know why? Because it's not a criminal activity. And so he started panhandling, not because he wanted money, but he panhandled on principle. So I can't say that Jeff Gray never panhandled, but it's not Jeff Gray's MO. It's not his modus operandi to panhandle. It's his modus operandi to test and see if the oath makers become oath breakers. That's why it's called Honor Your Oath Civil Rights Investigation. Let's see if these people who took their oath take their oath seriously. So that's my little confession. I made a mistake. Yes, Jeff Gray did panhandle, but he did it for a reason. He did it to see if the badge law enforcers would honor their oath to protect, defend, and secure his First Amendment right to do that. Because what is that? That's a voluntary activity. If you ask for money and somebody volunteers to give you money, that's perfectly, I'm not even going to say it's legal. It's not even lawful. It's just in accordance with natural law. Let's put it that way. If you ask for money and somebody doesn't give you money, well, that's same thing. You voluntarily asked, they declined, and that's in accordance with the free market. Now, if you ask for money and then you grab somebody by the lapels and throw them up against the wall, or you steal some old lady's purse and then you dip your hand in and you get 10% of everything she had in her little wallet inside her purse, well, now you've done that which is not voluntary. Now you've done that which is tyrannical, which is exactly what the government does. And what I find interesting about Big West and all these former auditors turned exposing frauditors is that they turn a blind eye to the clear criminality of the men and women in blue while they condemn the people who are actually standing for the rights. Do I agree with everything that every auditor says or every action they do? Would I go out there and do the same thing? No, probably not. But to turn a blind eye to the clear criminals on the scene, the badged, uniformed tyrants who are literally trampling Jeff Gray's rights in this case, it's astounding. You commend people that don't. This is Fluffy Bunny Arsenal says you commend, and this has 302. Here, let me get all this in frame here. See if I can fit all this in there. You condemn people that donate to you and financially. Oh, I'm sorry. You commend people who donate to you and financially support you right before you slander another person. I would call you a hypocrite, but I'd rather hear you called defendant. And, you know, it's a pretty precarious situation you get yourself in when you start slandering a person and then you put it in video form or you write your slander down for everybody to see. Wes, once it's on the internet, it's always on the internet. I guarantee you, even if you take this video down, there are plenty of people who have it on their external hard drives so that they can put it on their channels and it will be forever. Forever. Your slander is here for everybody to see and verify, and that you don't care. And I've seen, look, the only crime committed here is perpetuated by you, Wes. You, sir, have slandered an innocent man. What is Wes's response? Oh my God, where did I slander? You know, correct me so that I can amend my ways. No, what does he do? Teardrop face. Well, I committed a crime, huh? He's not even taking it seriously, which tells me, Wes, you don't care. You don't care about the quality or lack thereof, the lack of quality of content that you're actually putting out. You don't care about the slander you're throwing out on the airwaves for all to see. You don't care that you're getting it 100% wrong. You don't care that you've moved away from principle. You don't have any heart for the truth if you're gonna handle things this way. If somebody sent a message to you, put yourself in Wes's shoes. If you put out a video and somebody sent a message to you saying, hey, that thing that you said about Brooklyn audits, or that thing you said about Swamp Lover, or that thing that you said about San Joaquin Valley transparency was absolutely wrong. Here's documented objective proof. What would your response be? I pretty much know what your response would be because it'd be the same response as me. Wait, what did I say wrong about David from San Joaquin? What did I get wrong about this? You mean I actually entered the slanderous territory? I need to turn back and do the exact opposite and correct my ways and apologize. But not Wes. Wes is, we've proven that he lied against Jeff. Mary Hawkins says, I hope Jeff sues you for slander, teach you a lesson about slandering an innocent man. That cop and city will have to answer for their unlawful actions, as will you, hopefully. Mick says, first, he is a vet. Second, he wasn't asking for money. Third, this is the one 3 days ago. This is the one I read, but it's still worth repeating. This is the one I read on the live stream the other day. Third, he has a First Amendment to speech and asked for money if he wanted to. Fourth, he was illegally arrested, which Big West won't put on his page when the case is dropped. And West says in this video that he recognizes, he knows, he's aware of the fact that the case was dropped against Jeff. That tells me everything I need to know about Wes. He knew that the city dropped the charges, which means Jeff is innocent, and yet he still tried to press his audience into the mold of, look, Jeff is guilty. Tell me what you think about the character of somebody who does that. They don't care about truth. They're not interested in telling you what the facts are. They're not interested in your freedom or your rights. They're interested in calling you a frauditor if you dare to go out and flex your rights. That's abhorrent to me. If you guys think it's abhorrent, put a 1 in the room. If you think it's acceptable what Wes is doing, put a 2 in the room. I would like to truly hear what the argument is against that. Chris Hall said, if you had done any research at all, you would know he doesn't ask for money except for that one time where he's proven a point, and has refused money when people have offered, which I brought out on that live stream. Yes, you see people offer Jeff money. Oh, you poor homeless man. No. I'm just out here to say God bless the homeless vets. And yet Wes pinned something on Jeff that's the exact opposite of reality, and has told these people he's not homeless. He's completely honest with people. Anybody that liked this video is the reason why cults exist and are completely comfortable with the government violating people's rights. Well said, Chris Hall. Look at those ones in the room. Cash Valley Transparency puts a 99. What's up, Lick the Whole Boot? Brooklyn Audit. Check out Lick the Whole Boot's YouTube channel and Brooklyn Audit. What's up, Dark Hado? Wes is a beta male that's afraid to defend himself. And Wes, I wonder if Wes is here. Let's see. At Big. I don't see him in the room. Unless do you know how when you put an at symbol in the chat room, it'll fill in the rest of the username? Does somebody have to have commented before you can pull up if they're in the room, or can they actually silently troll and see? Because Wes, if you're in here, come on a live stream with me. And then there are some accusations being lodged against you. Let's see if they're true or not. Truth fears no scrutiny. So if you stand by what you said with Jeff, and it's clear so far from the responses on some of these comments under your video, I want to hear your rational, reasonable argument for continuing to say Jeff Gray is guilty of something that even the city has declared him innocent on. Wes said he's taking Wes said, oh, wait a second. He should come up to, I agree. He should come up on a live stream. Brian West, from what I can tell, is a very young adult. He probably doesn't even realize what he's doing. I was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt yesterday, but after the video I put together, which I know Wes saw, or I'm reasonably sure that Wes saw it, because people were putting the link in under his video. But given Wes's response to some of these comments where they're saying, first of all, here's the facts, and he's not dealing with the facts, tells me pretty much everything that I need to know. I didn't want to believe this about him, but now I can't not believe that about him. He probably doesn't even realize what he's doing. He's just trying to grow a channel regardless of the content. And that's disgusting to me. If the way you grow, and by the way, if you want to grow a channel, just keep on lying. That's how mainstream media got big. I mean, look at the damage lies can do, Wes, or any of you out there who want to have a social media presence and don't care to do your research. Look at the evil stuff that the mainstream, fake stream, CIA infiltrated Operation Mockingbird, MK Ultra media can bring into existence with just one lie, the Gulf of Tonkin lie. And we've talked about this before, maybe on this channel, but definitely on my other channels. But the Gulf of Tonkin incident was publicized by propaganda media back at that time in the 1960s, happened in 1964, where they said that North Vietnamese torpedo boats fired on the destroyer, the USS Maddox. Well, none of that was true. But based on that lie, sprang the Vietnam War, which cost 59,000 service members, at least 59,000 service members, their lives, not to mention the collateral damage of 1.5 to at least 3 million people who were just civilian casualties in that war, not to mention billions, if not trillions of dollars. The Vietnam War is why Charles de Gaulle from France sent his ships across the Atlantic to get his gold, because he realized that America reneged on the Bretton Woods Accord by getting involved in the Vietnam War. He's sitting over there surmising back in France going, how in the world can America fund the Vietnam War and make the pockets of the American war machine and the defense contractors that wealthy? They got to be printing money, which means they're devaluing the dollar, which means they did something with the gold. I'm going to get my gold back. And the other nations did that too. And then they had to revert to the petrodollar reserve Ponzi scheme. But that one lie, the Gulf of Tonkin lie, Wes, led to countless lives lost, led to countless tens of billions, hundreds of billions, maybe $1 trillion in the Vietnam War, led to the devaluation of the dollar, led to so much evil and corruption and mayhem and bloodshed That's why you want to make sure that when you put a video out, you cross your T's and you dot your I's and you do what is right by your fellow man. 4chan for Prez says Josh with accountability for all. Also, while I was downloading his channel, his videos were disappearing, so something happened. Who's Wes's channel? Thanks for that super chat. I appreciate it. 4chan for Prez. What's up, Eggsy? S810, Pamela, Blue Flyer, SJD News. Your channel should be called Big Wes is a fraud. And I agree, because that's just in accordance with truth. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just true. You're lying, Wes, and you're continuing lying. And the fact that you've kept this video up without making another video in response going, hey, somebody pointed out that Jeff Gray actually is a vet when I said that he wasn't. Somebody actually pointed out that he was asking for money when I have no proof that he did ask for money. And the one occurrence that we find him asking for money, he just did it as a matter of principle to show the cops, hey, I can even do this and I'm not creating a crime. Therefore, I'm not a criminal. Therefore, you have no right to arrest me and violate my rights. Among the other lies, calling him a frauditor. Wes, you've been posting for 2 weeks. Jeff Gray's been standing for government accountability and civil rights for 15 years when you had a pacifier. And that's another good point. Are you really willing to, and you can if you have the right information and you know for a fact that he's a frauder or whatever, but are you willing to discount all the good work from the past 15 years? And what good work is that? The good work of letting the video camera roll, providing accountability to public servants who are extorting, and that's what it is, extorting the public so that they can actually have a paycheck, and then showing the public that what these people who claim to be serving and protecting are doing is actually harassing and collecting from you. We got to have that transparency. We've got to have that accountability. Dude, he never asked for money, says Ron. Michael says, dude, you kicked the wrong hornet's nest. I hope Jeff's attorneys don't see this. This guy never asked for, that's Michael Snyder, Ron, Aaron Morfeld. Gerardo says, this guy never asked for help. Just God bless the vets. Tony Cardone said, didn't see or hear Jeff commit a single offense. And this is 22 hours ago, or 21 hours ago. So this is right after the video that we did. You showed other people, not Jeff, holding signs asking for money. Where is the pic or video? Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. He actually conflated other homeless people with signs asking for money with Jeff, who he claims is homeless, or who he claims Jeff claims he's a homeless vet asking for money. He conflated that with pictures of people who are actually asking for money. I forgot about that. Yeah, that adds another little layer of deception. Cunning little rascal. Are you there, Wes? Where's the pic or video of him doing it? You do realize there is a thing known as defamation of character, which is a legal offense. So you should be careful about what you post, or his next handout could be coming for your bank account. You also state that after his unlawful arrest, all charges were dropped, which means no violation was committed, except for by the arresting officer who you seem to support in breaking the law. That's a good point, Tony. So according to you, because a cop doesn't know the law and ends up breaking the law, he's still right even when the court says the cop was wrong. Your reasoning makes about as much sense as getting out of the shower to take a piss in the sink. Dude spent Napoleonic code break says, dude spent 20% of the time talking about donate me in a video of him giving a veteran crap about panhandling, which he wasn't even doing. Do you see how stark it is, Wes? Brooklyn Audit says, be careful with Wes. I'm going to try to go back and forth as much as I can here, guys. He's a snake in the grass that bites you when you don't see him. Too legit to quit says, Wuss is going to be internet famous. Yeah, he will get his 15 minutes of fame. And while I generally have a policy of don't feed the trolls, because it really does tend to come back and bite you, I don't know. Maybe this will come back and bite me. Who knows? And I can totally see in our sick and depraved society, a channel like Wes's, Big Wes Frauditor Watch, getting extremely popular. We've seen, guys, top trending on YouTube every single day is a bunch of people who are just degenerate. who aren't good role models for our children, who want to drag society's moral compass through the mud and just corrode the thing. Like I said, if you want to get popular on YouTube, well, people for the most part aren't interested in principle. They're not interested in doing the right thing. They want to see the bad talk. They want to see the slander. They want to see controversial stuff. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with controversy in and of itself. But when the person propagating the controversy shows himself to be a bad character, I just don't see how that's overall good for society. John Eagle, what's up, man? John Eagle's here, Darkado. Brandon Mitchell, God bless the homeless vets. Amen. There was somewhere else, somebody said something about Jeff being a vet, and he was too. And then Wes said something like, thank him for your service. How many ex-servicemen and women do we have in the room tonight? I don't know, just put serve. Just put serve. If you're I actually just put MIC for military industrial complex. If you're ex-service member, if you're a veteran, put MIC in the chat room. It'd be interesting. You know what would be really interesting? Having a dedicated live stream show where we have live call-ins and all the callers are ex-military and they can tell us if they want us to thank them for their service. And what service exactly are we thanking you for anyway? Don't you hate it when somebody takes time out of their day? Oh, Joe Ramirez is? Joe Ramirez is, No is, Level-Headed Music is, Alva Coakley is, Born Annoying, Snake Doctor. Wow, guys, I did not know there were that many service people following my channel. Ex-service people. ALM is, My Socrates, Dat Son, Salty Pickles. Joe Ramirez says, I hate when people thank me. Hey, Joe, when people do thank you, how do you respond to that? What do you say? I would have to think about what I would say if I was ex-service. And it's so funny. People call me ex-military all the time. Oh, that ex-military bootlicker. He must be working for the CIA. I've never been in the military. Oh, wait a second. Wait. I take that back. In college for about, was it a semester or two? I was in the reserve, not the reserves. It was like, what's that? ROTC. I took an ROTC class because I was going to be, a pilot for the Air Force. And I did end up getting my private pilot's license, but I was only in ROTC it was a semester or two. So that's my stint with, and we did spend time on the barracks because they wanted to show us, it was like 3 days or a week. I can't remember. Maybe it was a week on the barracks where they subjected you to everything that you would be subjected to in basic training. They woke you up at 2:00 in the morning, poured cold water on you. You had to take a 5-mile run, do pull-ups, push-ups, eat nasty food. And, they wouldn't leave you in peace for the whole week. And it was pretty exhausting, going out in the field, you got to keep watch and can't fall asleep. So yeah, that's my stint, but I was never a commissioned officer. I never was, never was enlisted or anything like that. Brandon says I was just junior ROTC. That's in high school, right? I was ROTC in college. I don't know if that's still called junior ROTC. I can't remember. Noel Armerson says I had a very high draft lottery number. Yeah, the draft, that's another thing that's super tyrannical, man. Forcing your sons and daughters to go somewhere they don't want to go and do something they don't want to do. So if you guys are interested in a dedicated show where we just have a call in and only field calls from ex-military and have maybe one of the main topics is thank you for your service and what people think about their service, I personally think that would be interesting. Which reminds me, before this live stream started, Sean from Long Island Audit was doing a live stream with 2 cops. And I went in there and I made a couple comments because it seemed like there was a lot of maybe patty caking around with these cops. And my question for any cop who thinks they're good is this: did you ever, or do you still, enforce the drug laws? The drug war laws, which isn't a war on drugs, it's a war on human beings. to be honest. You got to be honest about that situation. What's up, Save the Humans? What's up, Michigan Constitutional Crusader? Yeah, so if you guys would be interested in that dedicated live stream where we just field calls from ex-military and what they think about thank you for your service, let me know. Wes, you owe Jeff an apology. Jeff is a stand-up guy. And Jeff would probably be the guy that goes, yeah, I mean, if you want to apologize, that's fine. It's not, whatever. It is a big deal because slander is always a big deal. And what Wes is willing to do to Jeff Gray, he's going to do to everybody, which makes society bad, guys. Because then you got how many's he got? 5.4 now? Yeah, look, he's gaining followers because of us. Because of you guys. He's got 5.4 thousand people on this planet that are following Lil Wes. Lil Nas Wes. That's what we should call him. Lil Nas Wes. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't make fun of him. That's bad. Bad Brian. Bad Brian. Bad Brian. Scalzo Photo says, thanks for that super chat, man. Big Wes deleted his auditing videos, but ironically, his fellow trolls saved his old videos when they called him a frauditor. Wes has Stockholm syndrome, siding with their abusers. Good. That is a good point. That is a psychologically clinical term, Stockholm syndrome. Search Big Wes. There was if one of my mods wants to put the video of Wes getting the silver bracelets on him when he was out there with, what was it, CRT audits or something like that. I don't know. I glanced at the video. It seemed like it was weird. It seemed to me like they got arrested illegitimately. Wes shouldn't have got arrested, and the guy he was with shouldn't have been arrested. Do you guys know the YouTube channel? The guy that he was with? No, I know he's young, but he's not too young to know what he's doing. Another Misery Loves Company channel. like I was trying to counsel Wes yesterday, and Wes, if you're watching now, don't let all these. Yeah, you got bad comments in this video, but if you look at Wes's channel, let's go to his channel again. Big Wes. Big Wes Frauditor. If you look on his channel, he, for the most part, gets really good like versus dislike ratio. Like here's his very last video. Look. And some of you may ask, and if you're new, some of you may ask, hey, how do you have the dislike button activated? There's a plugin, a free extension for Chrome or Firefox or Brave browser or whatever that you can plug in so you can reinstall. Like it's called reinstate or return YouTube dislike. Matter of fact, here, can I pull that up on a, let's go to the website. Yeah, here we go. It's simply called return YouTube dislike. And then you can circumvent YouTube's basically censorship to keep you from seeing what the dislikes are. But my point was, for the most part, he gets you can't get more stellar than 102 likes and 0 dislikes. You know what that tells me? That tells me, and I haven't even watched this video. That tells me that this guy right here is hoodwinking a whole lot of people that just aren't thinking. And that's how easy it is to do. So it's if you're popular in this world, don't pat yourself on the back. It's pretty easy to be popular. All you have to do is abandon principle. Pretty easy to be popular. All you have to do is tell people lies. Tell me lies. Tell me. Who's that? Stevie Nicks? Tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies. Yep, just tell them lies. They'll follow you. They'll follow you to the ends of the earth. You know why? Because people are looking for somebody who's more corrupt than them so they don't have to be held accountable. That's generally how it works. That's the psychology behind that. Frauditor put in check by NYPD. The corrupt NYPD that the Mullen Commission has declared one of the most corrupt police departments. If you're put in check by the NYPD, you must be doing something right. But Wes is going to applaud the NYPD. 601 views 4 hours ago. That's not bad for 5.4 thousand subscribers. That's pretty good. Look at this. This was a great video, Wes. Wes glows and says, glad you enjoyed it. Here's the deal is live right now. Come on his live stream and talk to him, please. 72 says. That was a good one. Let's see what they see is a good one. It's 18 minutes. I'm not interested in watching 18 minutes of Wes's video. I may watch it later and maybe do a video on it. But one of his strong supporters that's in his corner is, I think it's called Frauditor Troll. Frauditor Troll, are you in the room? Yeah, this guy right here, Frauditor Troll. Frauditor Troll is actually posting some good numbers too. Look at this. Frauditor gets removed in handcuffs. Creepy frauditor caught lurking at a school office. You know who else lurks in school offices? You know who else lurks on the street? You know who else is seeking to wreak economic terrorism upon you and policing for profit? The boys in blue who are coming after you. Frauditor DMA, that's Denver Metro Audits, confronts the snitch in his organization. 2 frauditors arrested. It's like the ones that I've seen, maybe not all of them, because I haven't seen very many of them, haven't been exposed to this genre for very long at all, but it sounds to me like they're applauding the cops as the cameraman's rights are being violated, which means Wes is applauding the violation of his own rights. Let's see some of this.
Look, bro, this is an arrest right now. Now, okay, step back. All right, I step back. Don't touch, boss. Step back. Boss, you're touching me, bro.
Whoa, let's look at the beginning of this. Look how far back the cameraman is, and look how triggered this guy's. He's a 3-bar. He's a sergeant. So now he's going to initiate. It looks like he's going to initiate contact with a man who's just peacefully standing there recording a historical event like any journalist would do. Interesting.
Look, bro, this is an arrest right now. Now, okay, step back. All right, I step back. Don't touch, boss. Step back. Boss, you're touching me, bro. Get back. You're touching me. Get back. Get back, bro. Get back. Stay right there. You come back here again, I'm telling you right now, I'm arresting you.
He put hands on him and pushed him back. What if you made contact with this officer? What do you think would happen to you? Oh, you going down. You going down fast, boy. You probably won't see the light of day again, boy.
Bro, stay right there. Why are you putting your hands on me? Miss, why? You can't do that, miss.
Wolverine Transparency says, Brian, I told you he was recruited under duress. It doesn't look like it's much duress to me. Do I think that they're taking advantage of him? Like this frauditor troll guy, he seems like he's far more intelligent than Wes. Do I think that far more intelligent people are taking advantage of Wes? Absolutely. But do I think Wes is responsible for his own actions as a 21-year-old man? I figure, here's how I raise my kids. When you're 15, 16 years old, I have seen Amish kids, 5 and 6 years old, command a team of draft horses. I mean, it all depends on your upbringing. It all depends on society. It all depends on the brainwashing. It depends. I mean, there's a lot of factors in propaganda and all that kind of stuff. There's maturity level in the mind and all that. But I figure by the time you're 16, I mean, I know most people say 18. By the time you're 16, I train my kids, especially my boys. Once you cross this, arbitrary threshold, you're a man. You're responsible for your own actions. Your thoughts that become actions will have consequences. So while he may have been recruited under duress, I don't think he's staying in his current situation, predicament, whatever you want to say, under duress. I think he's doing it voluntarily, unless somebody can prove otherwise. Ricardo Colon, keep up the good work. Thanks for that super chat. You know what I mean, Wolverine Transparency? I think there was a time at which, first of all, the kid is impressionable. He seems slow, as like a lot of people pointed out, and it's very sad. And just being impressionable is, a big thing, but I can't give him a pass. I just can't give him a pass. I don't recall seeing Jeff Gray ask for money. What am I missing? 12-year-old student defendant slanders 50-year-old 12-year-old student, says Velvety. This is Gene Gray. Velvety Shark Toast. Slanders a 50-year-old veteran plaintiff because the auditing community didn't like him. Don't ever go with the majority. Ever, ever, ever. If you start doing bad things and the majority applauds you, be concerned. Be concerned about yourself. You have rights, cops have duties. I like those who made this video. I remember this video. Here's the deal. Who made this video? And he was there with a couple of others. Oh, you talking about this one right here?
Working. But he could put his hands on me? So if I put my hands on you? So if I put my hands on you right now? So if I put my hands on you right now?
Don't come this way.
Wow, that's crazy.
Come this way.
Cops. I don't answer questions.
you have business here?
This is a public sidewalk.
Alright, but this is a private motorcycle and we guarding the motorcycle.
Alright. I'm just recording. I can record.
Yeah, you can.
Sarge, right? I can record, right?
You can record whatever you want.
Just let your officer know that I can record. This is a public easement. All right.
Look, so this is the sergeant who ends up laying hands on this guy with the camera, giving the thumbs up. Yeah, you can record, I know, and all that. Letting him be right here, but now he's going to get aggressive with him later? What a hypocrite.
Hello, how you doing today?
Yeah, mandatory myocarditis. NYPD are some of the worst of the worst. Absolutely. It's documented. People have written commission reports on the NYPD, not only back in the 1970s, but also in the 1990s. It's called the Mullen Commission.
What's that? What's that?
Can I walk by?
Do what you do, buddy.
I just don't want to. I don't want to step in the street. You say I'm blocking traffic.
Give me a second.
By the way, y'all blocking a pedestrian sidewalk right here.
What's going on, everyone? It's Big West.
This is
aka
Wes.
Big West Frauder Watch. Make sure you guys watch this video all the way to the end. This one's gonna be really entertaining based off the title and the thumbnail of this video. It looks like these New York cops are doing a sting operation on dirt bikers.
Let me show you this. Let me show you what Wes applauds here. Oops. Let's see. That's the wrong one. Let's see. There we go. This is the Mullen Commission, which investigated the NYPD back in 1993. And so while Wes applauds the NYPD and, you know, takes his hat off to the tyranny and oppression of the NYPD on a guy who's just a cameraman, as far as I've seen. I mean, if the cameraman committed a crime or whatever, we'll detect it and we'll call it out. But we already know what Wes's MO is. Here's the bottom line of the Mullen Commission. This is Wikipedia too, which would be considered by social media and mainstream media a top shelf authoritative source. It says in December 1993, the New York Times reported that a special mayoral panel asserted that the New York City Police Department had failed at every level to uproot corruption and had instead tolerated a culture that fostered misconduct and concealed lawlessness by the police officers. Mullen issued a report on July 1994. Here's what the conclusion was, Wes, and all you people who call auditors frauditors. Today's corruption is not the corruption of the Knapp Commission days. That was the earlier commission to investigate corruption within the NYPD. Corruption then was largely a corruption of accommodation, of criminals and police officers giving and taking bribes, buying and selling protection. Corruption was, in its essence, consensual. But today's corruption is characterized by brutality, theft, abuse of authority, and active police criminality. That is what the Mullen Commission, the government's own commission, determined in its conclusionary remarks against the New York City Police Department. And you think things have gotten better? No way. No way. Listen to how Wes talks about people who are out there trying to exercise their right to film in public.
So let's go ahead and check it out, guys. Make sure you check out the description. Check out my second vlog channel. Let's go.
Check it out. Check it out. Make sure you give to him. Make sure you give to his PayPal. Make sure you look down here. Make sure you subscribe to his Amazon affiliates. I got nothing wrong with this. I've got no problem with this. Here, join his secondary channels. TikTok, PayPal, Cash App. Here, send me money. Get me views. They're all monetized. I got no problem with that. But that's what he was giving Jeff Gray a hard time for. He says Jeff Gray was doing something on the street, which he wasn't, but if he was, it'd be okay. But he hypocritically spent, some people pointed out 10 or 20% of his time on that one video telling people how, he wants their money. Hypocrite.
So what they doing here is creating an illegal checkpoint, stopping motorcycles.
Look at the sergeant. Sergeant knows he's there, not doing anything about it. God, don't you appreciate people who go out there with their camera? I couldn't be there then. I'm not in New York. Baka Shamil, who's in New York, couldn't be there then. This guy's doing stuff for us that we can't do ourselves. That's why I appreciate, Georgia Transparency or San Joaquin Valley Transparency in California. Oh, wait, what's this guy saying?
I don't have to do nothing. Wipe your nose, boss. You got some white residue.
No. What's your point? Explain to me.
Wipe your nose. Who is this guy? Does anybody know who's doing this audit right there? Wipe your nose. You got some white residue. Don't Big West look like Poindexter from the 80s? Wolverine Transparency said. And Bryant Claggett, thanks for that super chat.
I do have a life.
Listen, explain to me. What was the point of you getting off your electrical bike to come over here?
She's got her ritualistic shame muzzle dangling from her body cam here. What a joke.
Because I can.
Well, for what? What's your point?
I could do that. It's called First Amendment, freedom of press.
What's the point?
There's no point. I can do it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, so just back up so we can work.
Y'all.
So you heard it there, guys, from this frauder. He doesn't care. He doesn't even care what's going on. He's just there to record the police and get a reaction out of them. He was riding a bike himself, and he pulled up on them. It's just pure content, really. If I can go and record cops and they'll talk to me and give me a reaction, I can post it on YouTube.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Wes wants a reaction from you by posting a video from somebody who wants a reaction from other people. So wow, I can't even believe the depths of hypocrisy that he's going through here.
That's all they think about.
Working. I'm not stopping you from working. I just don't understand why your Sarge called me an asshole. I never disrespected him in no type of way. Sarge, let me get your name and badge number. Okay, let me get your name and badge number.
You see it?
I can't read. I'm sorry.
You all right?
You have to articulate it.
Wow, they do not care about the public, guys. They are so pompous. They are so full of themselves and so prideful. It's so arrogant. They have such contempt for people. Didn't you swear to protect and serve me? How are you going to protect and serve me if you can't even do something as simple as give me your name and badge number?
Right?
You have to articulate it.
You know what, right?
You have to articulate it. Can I get your name and badge number? Can you say it?
Look at that.
So you know you're violating your policy. You know that, right? They just passed local law 54 and 56. You know that, right? Local law 54 and 56. You know that, right?
There you go. Local law 54 and 56 don't have anything to do with what I'm doing. I just felt like saying that.
Why are you for me?
That's funny.
So what's your name and badge number, miss? Miss, what's your basic name and badge number?
This guy's fast on his feet.
So you failure to respond, right?
They don't even act like servants. They act like masters. They act like taskmasters. Like you owe them something. More than willing to violate you.
This is a better case for me. How you doing, Diaz? You good? You're the smartest one here. You haven't said nothing. I like that. They need to learn from you. You went to the military? No? Thank you for your services, though.
I don't understand why auditors thank cops for their service. You know what their service is, right? The extortion, the extortion service. And that's another thing I wanted to bring up is people are always thanking, hey, thanks for being professional. Tomorrow, we're going to go over a video where this cop pulls over 3 guys driving these Lamborghinis, insisting that he used the radar. We're going to go over some radar knowledge. He used radar and pacing to determine that they went 98 miles per hour when none of the guys were probably going 98 miles per hour. They all had their cameras rolling, and you could tell the cop was lying. He was doing the telltale signs of being just an absolute liar while he was conducting his roadside piracy expedition.
I don't think it's cool though. They got this. What if a guy in a wheelchair comes right now? Huh? Feel me? I'm out here exercising my rights. I have the right to do that. I just hope you know that. All right. I just feel like what y'all doing is illegal. Don't you got a bike, though? All right. Cool. So I shouldn't be a part of me recording police activity. It's my First Amendment right.
Buddy, you can record all you want. It's all good. Record all you want. But right now, you see right here?
Yeah.
We're doing an operation. This is NYPD authorized operation.
Okay.
And you're just a bit too close because if a car comes right now,
okay.
A dirt
I'm
bike
good. It'll
comes,
hit your bike first.
A dirt bike comes.
Boss, just give me 6 feet. You don't got your mask on.
I don't want.
Can you give me 6 feet?
I don't want it to hit you.
All right. You don't got your mask on. Just give me 6 feet.
Give me 6 feet behind that van. You can do record all you want behind
I can record from right here. This is a public sidewalk.
Right, this is what I'm saying. Right now, this sidewalk's being used for an operation. I'm asking you really, really nicely. Please, go behind the van.
I'm not doing nothing wrong, officer.
Okay, no, I know you're not. But
Sergeant,
right now,
I'm not doing
right now, you're in the middle of my
574,
operation.
right?
Yeah,
So he's just making an arbitrary law, and he's setting up a boundary based on his verbal command, which means absolutely nothing.
574.
Okay.
You can record all you want. Just keep it right there behind the van.
I'm perfectly fine right here. If you want, you can call your lieutenant.
Keep it right there. Thank you.
Yeah, level-headed music says directives. Mike Webb says a mouth will say anything. Never feed their ego, says Fair Lady. Yeah, you're right, Ronnie. Daily Driven Exotics is the ones that were pulled over from Canada, but he knows a lot about the law. He does, but there's a couple criticisms I have for them too, as well as the cops. But it's going to be a total learning experience. We might just do a live stream on that. Tennessee Accountability says, cop here getting sued for going on the wrong property without a warrant to the homeowner's window and killed their 2 dogs. Yeah, just do what you're told to do.
It's so hard for these frauders to follow the rules. There has to be a law or they won't follow it. It's so hard for them just to accept a simple directive from a police officer. It's like next to impossible. They're doing a sting operation right here on dirt bikers, and you could end up getting hurt. He's just telling you to back up a little bit. And this guy's like, call your supervisor, call your supervisor. Why do you guys argue with police? Just let them do their job and back up from a distance and record them, dude. They got something going on right now. They're not trying to deal with you, you stupid frauder.
What's Wes saying there? Bow down. Do what they say. Submit. Obey. Comply. They're the law enforcement officers. They know better than you. Just do it. Don't question it. Just like Gene Simmons the other day. The government tells you to do something, shut up and do it. That's how societies fall. You can if it's a dangerous situation, if you're not free to put your life in jeopardy, then you're not free. And it's not, the Supreme Court's already ruled on this, and we already know that cops don't care about your life, but the Supreme Court has ruled in DeShaney versus Winnebago County and in Castle Rock versus Gonzalez that they are not there to protect you. In Castle Rock versus Gonzalez, Mrs. Gonzalez had a restraining order on Mr. Gonzalez. He ended up offing their 3 kids, driving them to the police department, having a shootout with the police, died by gunfire. The police are under no obligation to protect you at all, so says the Supreme Court. So it's not about you. They want to protect you. They want you to be in a safe spot. They don't want you to get harmed in any way. It's that they just want to control you. They want to issue the commands and they want to watch you jump through the hoops because they love that. And Wes loves it. And Wes is actually encouraging you and telling you to obey the cops. If you don't, then you're a frauditor. You're an absolute fraud if you don't trust and obey and comply with the road pirates. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. I got this going 2 times speed.
Look at that. Oh, shit.
Oh, wait. Whoa. What just happened there? Wow. That was a little premature. Let's back that up a couple seconds. 5 seconds. Here we go.
Well, they got one. Look at that. Whoa. Oh, shit.
Whoa.
Well, they got one. Look at that. Whoa. Oh, shit. Wow. Yo, bro, you good, bro? Relax. You good?
Oh, I was not expecting that. I'm sure you guys are super excited by this video. It's got to be one of my most entertaining ones I pushed out yet. I've never seen a cop take on a dirt.
Wes is always there. In case there's not enough pat on the back, Wes is there to make sure that he pats himself on the back.
Biker like that. That was pretty epic. Make sure you guys rewind that clip if you want to watch it. But this is what happens when you have gangs and big masses, groups of people. I don't know if you guys, some of my viewers live in New York, so I want you guys to let me know, do you see a lot of dirt bikers and four-wheelers riding around? Look, I seen this super messed up video. This gang of dirt bikers was cruising down the city of New York streets, and some guy got out of his car because one of them hit his mirror, and they beat him to death and killed him, and he had his son in the car.
And what would that be? What would that be, Wes? That would be criminal activity. Doing things that are dangerous, that are hurting people, putting people in jeopardy. The people have the right to stop that nonsense. And it truly would be nonsense if you're putting people's life in jeopardy, if you're getting out and you're dragging people out of the vehicle and beating them. But if you're not currently engaged in criminal activity, what are you, Minority Report police? Or you actually consider that they've committed a crime before they even committed it?
6-year-old son, so I don't feel sorry for these bikers because you guys are going around terrorizing the city, tearing the streets up, okay?
Who else goes around the city terrorizing the city? Who else goes around trampling on rights and beating people and choking them out like people like Eric Gardner? Who else does that? Let's see. Gosh, I just can't remember. Who is it that goes around New York City just making sure that they're terrorizing everybody? Yeah, if you remember who it was, just let me know. It escapes me.
You guys are reckless, completely reckless.
Bro, what they doing right here is illegal, bro. You heard? Yo, bro, I'm good. I'm with y'all, you heard?
Yeah, don't talk to police. Don't talk to them.
Yo, bro, I got that shit on camera, you heard? I got that shit on camera. They almost killed you right now, bro.
Oh, these cops do not.
You heard?
These cops will absolutely not. I have not seen this video. These cops will absolutely not, except for the first part where they go hands-on. So obviously, but these cops do not want their deeds in this right here exposed. They don't want a camera on the scene. They only want their body cameras, which probably most of them are off. If they're not, they'll redact them, lose the information. If anybody ever FOIA requests them, they'll drag their feet in getting it out. When you get it, it's going to be an edited version. They don't want a private individual having a camera rolling while they're doing this right here.
Yo, bro, I'm gonna tell you right now. One more time. Before you call it, bro.
Yeah, of course. You can't arrest me.
Bro, stay back. Don't do that.
Bro, he can't arrest me for being on the sidewalk, bro.
Here we go.
Right now.
Here we go.
Okay.
Step back.
All right.
I step back.
Don't touch. Boss,
Step back.
Boss, you're touching me, bro.
Get back.
You're
Get
touching
back.
me.
Get back.
Get
back,
bro.
Get back. Stay right there. You come back here again.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
telling you right now. I'm arresting you.
Look at that face. Look at that face of that cop. He doesn't want the sunlight to expose his dark deeds. He doesn't want anybody to see this sting operation. He doesn't want to see uniformed criminality. He doesn't want anybody to see that.
Bro,
Stay right there.
Why you putting your hands on me? Miss, why you can't do that, miss?
We're working.
But he could put his hands on me? So if I put my hands on you? So if I put my hands on you right now? So if I put my hands on you right now?
We're working. It's like interrupting Al Capone and his gang while they're working.
Don't come this way.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Don't worry, bro, I got you, you heard? I got y'all, bro. How they throw the gate in front of y'all like that? That's crazy.
Good for this guy for being there.
Can I have
man.
a word with you? You see what they just happened? You gotta call supervisor now.
Hey, sometimes when the police gotta take criminals off the streets, they gotta use the tools that they can. I don't see the difference between that and throwing tire spikes in front of someone's car.
What was the guy on the motorcycle doing? The only crime I saw was some uniformed clowns throwing a gate in front of a guy on a motorcycle. Two guys on a motorcycle. That's the crime that I saw. Now, were these guys stealing this motorcycle and the cops somehow had foreknowledge that these two guys were thieves? If that's the case, that's a little bit different story. If that's not the case, then the crime that was committed was the guys who made this guy wreck on his motorcycle. Could have hit his head, could have got a concussion, could have died.
Those are illegal dirt bikes. They're not street legal. They're not allowed to be riding in the streets.
Illegal dirt bikes. Why can't you ride in the street? Because the government said so. And Wes Big West is telling you need to obey the government. Is anybody being hurt? No. Is anybody being threatened? No. Is property being stolen? No. Well, what are they doing? They're riding dirt bikes on the street. Well, what's wrong with that? The government said you couldn't do it. And if you can't do it, then it's illegal. And if it's illegal, then it's immoral and you deserve what you get. You need to be punished.
Cops are just doing their job. You're just a frauditor who wants YouTube.
And that, listen, the cops are just doing their job, and you're just a frauditor who wants YouTube clicks.
Riding in the streets. Cops are just doing their job. You're just a frauditor who wants YouTube views, so you were recording these cops and keep on messing with them.
So the cops are conducting their what appears to be criminal activity, where they potentially could have jeopardized the lives of one or two of those guys right there. And Wes is okay with the clear criminal activity or seeming criminal activity, but he's not okay with a guy with a camera recording their activities who's doing nothing wrong, who's not interfering with anything, not even the apparent criminality here. Do you see how off kilter Wes is in going for tyranny and rejecting individual rights? It's truly mind-blowing.
Cause brother, why you be like that for? Huh? I understand these bikes are illegal. You're doing the right thing because they're illegal. But to put your hands on me, officer?
These bikes are illegal. Can anybody tell me who lives in New York? What's wrong with having a bike on the street like this? Can anybody tell me? What's the crime? I'm ignorant of this. The false narrative building here is amazing. It's like everybody's backwards, man, says Wolverine Transparency. I have a hard time communicating on YouTube because of this conscious consensus of straight up ignorance. That's a good way to put it. Conscious consensus of straight up ignorance. So what's going on here in New York? What do I not know about dirt bikes? Denver Metro Audits. What's up, man? And does anybody know who the auditor is who's actually getting this good footage of these New York City cops? Who is this? How and why is a bike a crime? That's my question, Jason Strope. Please tap that like button, says Smoke Auditor. Yeah, thank you. Let's see if we can get up to 300 likes. Freaking Media says, what's up, DM? Revenue generation doesn't need a right or wrong reason. PBGFO411. No turn signals, no brake lights, not registered, not insured. You can, even with no turn signals, you can do the hand sign. No brakes. Those motorcycles don't have brakes. They're not road legal in Canada. I wish they were, though. I mean, what's the crime, though? Why aren't they? Like, we all know that registration and licensing and forced insurance is complete fraud. It's just a racket. It's against natural rights and natural law. What's wrong with riding a motorcycle on the street? What's the crime? Not equipped with lights and signals. You know, when you're riding a motorcycle, you can go like this. You can go like this for right, this for left. Besides that, a lot of people who are licensed don't even know how to drive. No registration, no lights, no insurance, as the police claim, says Swamp Liver. Okay, yeah, I can understand that from the police's perspective. What did Wolverine Transparency say? They're not made for the streets and they're not registered. Yeah, so in other words, they're not paying the extortion fee. So these extortioners who get a paycheck from extortion and mass theft and coercion and force and brutality don't want free people to operate bikes on the street. Can they be dangerous? I'm sure there's a danger. Yeah, this one right here doesn't look like it's got turn signals. But, you know, again, you can put your turn signal arm out if you want. It's just an excuse for racketeering. Yeah, exactly, Jason Jackson, right? Having a license is a permission slip. Motorcycle rules are a little different than cars. California will nail you for crossing a road on a dirt bike. It's so weird. In California, you have to wear a helmet, but you can split traffic on a motorcycle in California. If you try that in Oklahoma, they'll pull you over. So funny. See, extortion, theft, and false narrative, says Hezekiah. Most states, golf carts on the street are illegal because of speed limitations. Again, I can see where there's a danger situation there, but I'd rather have dangerous freedom than peaceful slavery. It's way better than being extorted by road pirates. It's way better than being pulled over and put in mortal danger by passing big rigs going 70, 80 miles an hour when they could blow a tire or bust an axle and lose control or fall asleep at the wheel or be texting at the wrong time and then plow into you and the cop and then just decimate both of you. YouTube Turns says, drops a super chat and says, smash that like button. Thank you, YouTube Turns.
I'm not stopping you from doing what you got to do.
You are. You're getting in my way.
You need some water, boss.
Why you say that?
Yeah, your mouth. You got cotton mouth.
You what?
Yeah. Obviously, you like what you're doing?
They were just raking it in, man.
How you gentlemen doing today? How you gentlemen doing today? Can I have your name?
Hey, again, I didn't see if anybody answered this question. Does anybody know who because that's another thing Wes does is he doesn't give the link to the frauditor that he's highlighting, which, you know, that's kind of cruddy. Who is this auditor? I want to know who this guy is in New York.
Badge number, boss? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I just got you.
All right, no problem. I'm just getting all the office. I got you, bro. Just say your Instagram. Yo, say your Instagram, you heard? Say.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry, this shit live right now. I got 500 views right now, bro. That shit nothing, bro. That shit is just a traffic violation, bro. Nothing crazy. What's crazy how they threw the gate in front of you, though, you heard? You good, bro? Go straight to the hospital, bro. You heard? Straight to the hospital, my brother. Yo, bro, they gotta call the
Man, I wish I knew who this auditor was.
ambulance for you.
Excuse me.
Sergeant Cabrera, you heard?
That's I appreciate it. That's very kind of you, Denver Metro Audits. Thank you for all you do for freedom. NAP is the truth. That's the non-aggression principle. And there's a caveat to the non-aggression principle. It doesn't mean no aggression ever, because there's an appropriate time and an appropriate place for aggression. Somebody tries to harm your family, get aggressive. That doesn't non-aggression is just no initiation of aggression on peaceful people who've done anything wrong. No reaching out of your hand to violate somebody else's rights if they haven't violated somebody else's rights.
Look at
Thank you, DMA.
this. They blocking the bus. They blocking the bus, and they got.
Take me to the precinct.
Yeah, facts. You just.
This is a perfect example of how being around a frauder can manipulate you into being a fraud, because this guy inside the police car wasn't complaining about injuries or anything until this guy told him to call an ambulance, which I'm sure they're probably doing that so if they try to do a lawsuit or something, more money will be provided. But my man, how come it took you 10 minutes or 5 minutes to request an ambulance? How come you didn't want an ambulance as soon as you got in your crash? Come on now.
Facts.
Talk about majoring in the minors. Marcy says that somebody said this video is over 4 years old. I've never seen this video.
They got to. They got to, bro.
Yeah, it's not Eli, the people's guy, because Eli, as far as I know, is still in jail, unfortunately.
Probably got a broken ankle the way you felt, bro. Your knee, all that.
He does kind of sound like Eli, though. But he goes, my peeps.
Yo, listen, I'm asking for an ambulance. They put me in the car.
Everything's on footage, bro. Don't
I'm
worry.
hurt. My leg hurt. I just got off a boot.
Say your number.
It's like two criminals talking back and forth to each other. Don't forget to tell them apart how you're riding an illegal dirt bike. It doesn't have a license plate and isn't allowed to be on the road.
Illegal dirt bike, no license, no permission from the government to be on the road. Oh no, that's horrible. That's a horrible crime not to submit to the criminals in blue.
What's up, boss? Be careful. There's traffic, you heard?
Truly amazing. This guy has 5.41 thousand subscribers.
There's traffic. Be careful. Yeah, yes, sir.
Oh, got him another one. Guys, think about it. Of all the crimes that are happening at that moment in time in New York City, you got a city of millions and millions of people. You got real crimes happening everywhere. You've got businesses being broken into. You've got women being raped. You got children being trafficked. You got murders happening all over the place. You got fentanyl coming through over borders and stuff like that. But what did they decide to pour their resources into? We got to nab those dang dirt bikes off the road and take these people to prison on the tax cattle dime. There's some more criminals. Did you see the criminals on two wheels right back here? Holy cow. We got to stop those guys. Oh, there's some more.
Got a little marijuana there?
You want it?
You want it. I'm going to speed this up.
Yo, just be careful, you heard? They might hit you with no helmet, son. Who, Cabrera? Cabrera and Diaz. Yeah, you see that, right? Yeah, nah, it's all good. Everything, I know, this is crazy.
Alright guys, so this frauder doesn't know when to quit. He continues to record and record. And he ends up doing it to this lady cop, and she gets pretty upset. It looks like she doesn't want to be on camera, and the other cop ends up coming, putting him in check again. It's pretty hilarious.
You should know what I'm doing.
And you know, we know what hilarious means for Wes. Hilarious means tyranny wins and freedom loses. That's how Wes rolls.
Doing is 100% legal. Miss, can I ask you a question though? Do you consider yourself a good cop? Huh, miss? Miss, with all due respect. No, for real. Like, from a civilian to an officer, you consider yourself a good cop? Yes, I'll take that. How many bad cops have you arrested?
Because we know from the Mullen Commission that the bad cops are everywhere. As a matter of fact, today's corruption within the NYPD is characterized by brutality, theft, abuse of authority, and active police criminality. So how many bad cops have you arrested? Apparently there are plenty, so you won't have any problem arresting any of them.
Few step.
Thank you. Yes, give me more. Just a little bit more.
Let me ask you a question.
That's good. That's good.
Do you consider yourself a good cop? Huh? Yo, they find shit funny. That's crazy though, right?
It's this man.
But why you keep on touching me though, brother?
Because you're not listening.
But you're not supposed to touch me.
Scalazio Photo says, I love your ethical point of view, but even if governments didn't exist, private roads would still require licenses, insurance. Choose your battles. Can you explain that? Private roads would require licenses? You mean permission from the road owner? If you have a road and you're going to require a license, then nobody will use it, and the free market would find a way around your property and use another road where it wouldn't require licenses. See, that's the thing with the free market. It always comes up with a solution, and it always encourages competition, and it encourages efficiency and effectiveness and lower cost and higher quality. So I'm not sure what you mean by that, because I don't think private road owners would require licenses or permission to drive on those roads. Can there be tolls? They could put toll roads in, and you could just choose to go somewhere else where it doesn't require a toll to get to where you're going. Forced and required insurances. Why would a private road owner require a person who drives? It doesn't make any sense, Scalazzo.
I hear you. Just keep it right there.
But you can't touch me though.
All right, man.
If I put my hands on you, what will happen?
You will be arrested.
So why you keep on putting your hands on me?
I'm telling you because I'm trying to back you up.
But you can't physically touch me though.
And because his actions are telling you what their words never will. I have rights that you don't have. I will touch you. I will lay my hands on you. But if you do the same thing that I'm doing to you to me, well, I'm going to arrest you. Because I believe that I have a right to rule you. That's why they're law enforcement officers.
That's okay.
It's okay.
What I'm saying, stay right here for me, all right? Thank you. Appreciate it.
I think you should get some water, officer, because on camera you're not looking good. And right now, the views is going up. I got 800 views right now, and they seeing everything I'm seeing. We live. I'm walking that way.
Okay, go ahead.
And some parting thoughts from Wes.
Alright guys, I'm Big West, and that is all for today's video. It's a little longer, 18 minutes. Appreciate you guys if you made it all the way to the end. Thank you so much for watching.
Amazing. Anybody listens to this. Let's see. Tyler Cobb says, busted. Don't forget to donate to a real fraudster. He shouts out his Cash App right away, shaking my head. God bless homeless vets, says Reality Bear. Jerry says, yeah, there will be a federal lawsuit on this, and the Supreme Court has ruled that panhandling is freedom of speech. So even if Jeff Gray was panhandling, it's protected activity. This is defamation, Big West. You're implying he was begging for money when he did not beg for money one time. But as we've shown, West does not care about truth. He doesn't care about righteousness. He doesn't care about doing the right thing. He doesn't care about auditors. He does care about the thin blue line criminals of law enforcement, though. Brooklyn Audit says, hit that smash like. Was Rogue Nation in here? I saw Rogue Nation. Let's see. Darn it. Rogue Nation. I don't see Rogue Nation. Oh, there you are. What's up, Rogue Nation? Yeah, I saw your comment under here. Man, it's way down here, though. There's so many people that left comments. I can't remember what Rogue Nation said, but it was pretty funny. Flex your freedoms. Oh, here's call for audits. The title to this video tells everything we didn't need to know about your research skills. Your attempt to call out Jeff Gray as a fraud, all while making sure everyone knows how to pass you off money. Jeff has earned legend status. You're spouting off in the wrong direction, says Brian S. Jonathan Benson says in the super chat, the root problem, the Masonic order of the police. I made a 1-minute video. A child could fact check in less than a minute, proving Biden and Trump both spoke at the same Masonic lodge within a month. That'd be interesting. Is it under your YouTube channel name? It used to be you could click on somebody's name and it would take you right to their channel. Oh, can I do it now? Huh. They used to let that happen. Let's see. Is it under your name? Jonathan Benson channel. Oh, here we go. Is it a YouTube short? No, that's the breach at the Capitol. Which one is it, Jonathan? Knights of Columbus, Biden, and Knights of Malta. Trump both spoke to... Oh, here we go. This is it.
So right before Mr. Knights of Columbus, Joe Biden, came into office, noticed he spoke at Scranton's Cultural Center. I noticed this little bit of architecture here. And then the more I dug, realized Mr. Knights of Malta, Trump, spoke at the same place. Like I said, I noticed this and I said, what is Scranton Cultural Center? Just this wonderful place, supposedly. No, that would be a Masonic Lodge. Go figure. Shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that's truly awake, because these men are way past Freemasonry, but once again, everything is just a show.
It's a big club, and you ain't in it. Good job, Jonathan. Good job on that. Here's the link if you guys want to take a look at that and other videos it looks like Jonathan has on his channel. Scalazzo says, yeah, by license I meant permission of the road owner. Other drivers, customers might want other drivers insured to pay for damages. I wonder if it would actually work like that. Rogue Nation, thanks for being here. James Madison says, I'm sorry, James Jefferson. Jeez. I stand with all that stand regardless of their actions as they live their lives. I always stand for the people's freedoms and rights. Thanks for that super chat. Nutty Squirrel says, thanks for what you're doing. Thank you guys for being here. You have rights, cops have duties. The unalienable right of property refers to general right to use means consistent with the laws of nature and of nature's God in order to acquire and possess. Good way to put that. Yeah, I know. George Carlin. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. Okay, guys. That's 1 hour and, 22 minutes. Holy cow. James Jefferson says, free Eric Brandt and all other political prisoners jailed for standing up for people. Yep. Amen. A frickin' man. All right, guys. It's 8:36. I meant to end this at least by 8:30. But I appreciate you being here. Hit that subscribe, or the like button, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to this channel. And also make sure that you share these videos. And when this video gets done rendering, check out the comment section and leave your comment about Big West. I don't know if I'm going to visit him again. I don't want to cut myself off from visiting him again and doing another video. It looks like his MO is going to be pretty much the same. That's what's bringing in the dough for him. He wants to make fun of people and call them frauditors and go out on a limb and just completely malign people and slander them. DeShonta Spencer, thank you for that super chat. Pretty disgusting in my book. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my private email list through my website, highimpactflix.com, and I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video. Take care.